advocacy. So when readers become engaged in your personal brand and company, they start sharing and liking. And that's about that trust thing. So that's people buy from people they like, they buy from people that they trust, like you, for me, your hairdresser, you go back to the same one all the time. That's how you start getting more referrals and don't be afraid to ask for referrals either. I do it with my candidates. They'll try and negotiate on price and I say, sure, I'm happy to chuck $50 off as long as you give me another referral. And they do. So you'll find that starts building as well, and people, if they find something that they really like and your product is something they really love, they're going to say, hey, what have you thought about this? Have you thought about this person or this person to help you with your whatever that need is? And the more you get out there on social media and talk about your industry, the more authority you have. Therefore, the more people are going to buy from an authority rather than someone who doesn't know much about their market. Does that make sense? So it becomes really a self-generating pipeline. So why advertising doesn't work? Has anyone ever advertised on LinkedIn? Okay. As in, like, purchased an ad? Pardon?
Job.
You posted a job?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not advertising, but it is a job posting, so it's a form of advertising. Has anyone ever posted their business or, yeah, you have?
Just sit on the side of the page where you just put the link to your website.
How did that go?
It was pretty average. I think it was like $3 per click. It was pretty expensive compared to Facebook.
And did that generate any revenue for you?
No.
Okay, good. So I can take that hash. No, that's terrible. That didn't mean to come out like that. So it links into what I'm saying, that the best way to use the platform is articles writing. Advertising is blatant. You can tell it's advertising. It comes up at the side, ads that you might be interested in. I've seen more success by creating real life stories that hit your market rather than paying someone to put up a blanket advert. And you pay good money to do this. And so basically you're better off doing it yourself, if that makes sense. That's why I put that under there, my opinion only. So owning your space. So here are the key 7 steps to owning your space. So write, like, post, write articles, write wherever you like, acknowledge those who respond, clarify your leads, add it to your pipeline, massage the pipeline, get referrals, and repeat. Okay, so a little bit on where LinkedIn is right now. So as you know, LinkedIn have been, or you may or may not know, been taken over by Microsoft. Does anyone not know that? Yep. No? Yep. Whatever. So that's changed a lot. So they're working on a lot of strategies, and I'll just quickly share with you what they're focusing on now. So the first one is their core growth. So they're looking at SEO and onboarding, network growth, and notifications and communication. They're looking at China, India, and new markets. So they're really going after those areas that are untouched by LinkedIn now, and that's really getting more voices on board, so more companies on board, more people on board. Their products, they're experimenting other products at the moment. They're looking into their reporting tools and their standardisation.
Can I ask you a question on that slide?
Sure.
In the middle, you mentioned that they're expanding to China, India.
Yeah.
Right? And I know that it's very important to write articles.
Yes.
It really depends on target market. What if your target market is China, and they want to read Chinese but not English?
Yes.
And the problem is you probably have a lot of follow-up is in English. And people think that it's just all this rubbish that
Yeah.
you read. What is your thought?
Use a translator.
Translator.
Yep. To translate into Mandarin or
So you mean
Cantonese.
by you still will write English article at the same time you translate into Chinese?
Yep, absolutely.
But
So-
you also didn't worry about your audience here
That's right,
in
it's English.
Australia,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you
I
just
see
people
what you're
here
saying.
send you So
Oh, I see it all the time, and I'm not fussed by it.
So
I have a
you
lot
issue
of
with that?
no. I have a lot of people who are in the US
Yeah.
have their name, what they do, and then what they do in Chinese as well. So they're getting ready for that opening up of the Chinese market, which I know is going to be tough. It's been tough. Facebook haven't done it. So if LinkedIn are going after China in particular, it's going to be a very difficult road. So if I were going to write something for my Chinese market, I would get my partner to do it, or I'd get my homestay to do it, because they both speak Chinese. And you can use their services for free if you want. So yeah, you'll see a lot of profiles with the Chinese titles now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so at LinkedIn, their vision is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. So the growth team is working on accelerating it through creation of economic graph that connects people, companies, jobs and schools, which is interesting. Taking this view has led them to focus on quality sign-ups, not just sign-ups. And growth is about accelerating the realisation of your vision, not moving metrics up and to the right. That's their focus. And so what's in it for you? So if you're wanting to launch into new markets like China and India, that's a platform that you can do that on. So they're investing more once they get there, and growing the channel gives you more and a bigger voice, especially if you're already connected on LinkedIn and have contacts in those areas already. They're really focusing on honing in on those markets. And yeah. Oops. This is what happens when you let your partner do your own. Here we go. So the North Star methodology, does anyone know what that means? Something that LinkedIn have used. So pick one North Star metric. So pick one target audience. Measure everything. It should be aligned to the success of your business. It should be measurable, measures value for users, is summable. Sometimes one is not possible. Go for as few as you can though. Measure everything and tie it back to the North Star. So that North Star is you. So that's your brand. So tying everything back to your brand. So when you're writing, when you're liking, when you're sharing, always think of that North Star metric as you and your brand. But they need to do more is what they've realised. So they're launching some more products. So they're looking at LinkedIn. So products for the network effects or marketplace dynamics, LinkedIn has both. You need to achieve good product growth and growth simultaneously. They've sold it by building two powerful growth engines from the start, but they need to do more. So what they're looking or what they're talking about here really is, I don't know if you've seen it pop up on your LinkedIn, but as you can see there down the bottom, importing all of your contacts from Gmail or wherever onto LinkedIn to get more buyers for LinkedIn or people on LinkedIn. And getting more people connected really for them. And in terms of sales, being dependent on one single growth channel is a strategic liability for them. So they're looking at ventures, so they're looking at probably buying out more businesses. I'm not sure what they are yet, but watch this space for them. So this is from Atif Awan, who's the Vice President Growth International Products at LinkedIn. Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others, unfold your own myth. And I add to that, with stories. The more you experiment, the faster you learn and innovate. You will experiment and you'll fail, dismally, and that's okay. You might get 2 likes, look you have. But you continue to do it, continue writing. And most importantly, thank you very much. Does anyone else have any more questions or before I wrap up?
I was going to say, it's something that I've just learned recently is on your LinkedIn link, you can actually clean that up, edit it, and take out all the numbers. So if Katrina-Cox is not taken, you can get rid of all of those end digits.
Oh, there's lots of Katrina Coxes on there.
Oh, is there? Or you could do like Katrina Cox and then your company name.
Yeah,
So when
yeah, I literally just copied and pasted that.
Yeah, no, so I suppose for everyone, if you've got a company or so,
That's
you
good to
can,
know.
actually put your specific branding, because more and more people are using it on CVs
They are.
and business cards and everything, so
That's
it doesn't
true.
have this whole string of numbers.
True, good point. Excellent. Cool.
I have a questions about personal branding for you because I'm from Vietnam and my name is Phu, which is sometimes hard for people to remember.
Yep.
So I use my English name as Phoebe. But just now when Nish was trying to find me, there are so many Phu and there are so many Phoebe Phu there, like with my name in it. And
Right.
then somehow when I search, my profile didn't show up with a photo, which I have it here, but I don't know why. But
So your profile showed up, but it didn't have a photo.
yeah, it's like.
Are you sure you've connected to a brand person?
Yeah, because I saw I was looking for another part-time job, so
Okay.
I saw that text. Maybe it's not loading fast enough yet.
That doesn't make any sense. I can have a look at it for you if you like.
But then I would like to ask for your personal, like, what do you think about people like me? Should we stick with one name
Yes.
and then make it consistent?
One name, make it consistent. Absolutely.
So
Um,
should I get rid of my English name, like, because sometimes I use it for friends and it's easier, but when I now start to go more professionally with my career,
Yeah.
would it be better that I just
Choose one name. I know a lot of people who've migrated here have had the same problem. And a quick story, I love stories. A friend of mine, I should have written about this. Her name, and I'll tell you because she's delightful, but was Rita NG. So she was from Hong Kong. And Rita applied for a job and got a job with me. So she was my administrator. But she really struggled to get a job, and I'm touching on a very touchy subject here, but I know it's at the back of people's minds because it's always the elephant in the room, particularly in Australia. And I hired her. She then left. I was at the Australian Medical Association then. She met this beautiful guy who I said no to originally because he was French, which is terrible. And I thought, oh no, Rita, you're going to get played. Anyway, her name changed from Rita to Rita Dupuy. Rita, when she applies for jobs, is 5 times more successful than she was with Rita Now that tells you a lot. That tells you that we're a country that is still steeped in racism, that is still worried about names of people. And I can't wait to marry my partner because I can't wait to be called Katrina Wong. Because when I turn up and people expect someone Chinese, I'm going to completely revolutionise Australia. So when you change your name or decide on that, keep that at the back of your mind. Most people aren't like that at all, but I can tell you I've seen it with my own eyes, and to a very good friend of mine who never got a call back, highly capable, but the recruiters thought for some stupid reason that she either didn't speak English or she was born here, like regardless. And I'm working with a chap at the moment who has the same problem. So, but on that, I won't preach. I have my podium, but I won't preach to you, but just choose one name. You choose what that is, and whatever that is, stick with the one name.
can I choose both of them, like together?
If you want to, but what you might do is confuse people.
Just put middle names.
So
Pardon?
Just use the middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question in terms of personal branding?
Mm.
If you are, I would say, fortunate and unfortunate that you have a name like Bill Gates. If you search, Bill Gates will always come up first. What is your strategy?
Change your photo to Bill Gates. No,
Because I have this issue.
Do you?
My name is Stanley Ho, and Stanley Ho in Macau is a very famous Thai food, right? It's
Right.
a super famous rich person.
Does that work for you?
It's not work for me because if I was in Macau, it works for me because everyone thinks I'm connected with him. So I have a free ride.
So it doesn't work here. So no one here knows that name.
No,
So
but
it shouldn't
problem is
affect you.
It's not work in social media, it doesn't work in search engine. When they search Stanley Hall, they came up first bang.
Yes, that's going to happen.
So what's your strategy?
My strategy is get more connections because it means that you're going to go higher up in the chain.
Wow, that's hard.
It's not hard. It's going to be hard to beat him, but if your name was Richard Branson, good luck with that. But he'll come up and then you'll probably come up as well. But yeah, that's a tough one. Let me think about that. I might write about that. That's
my friend, an old colleague has that David Cameron, and it was working with the Prime Minister of England. So even the other day, something came up on LinkedIn with David Cameron. I thought, oh, what's DC written? And then I realised
it was the Prime Minister. Good, nice flip.
Really good book on that's called Positioning by Jack Trout and somebody else that I can't remember right now.
Positioning.
Positioning, yeah.
Excellent.
Really famous advertisers.
Excellent.
And they talk about like the names and how they sound more important than what the actual content is, and they feel about that.
Oh, that's great.
A book called Positioning. Okay.
Wonderful.
I have a question on the soft sell. So if I'm writing something, I'm seen as an expert in my field, and I write I share some stats or so, and I provide some intel when I'm sharing it, then I'm going back and forth between actually, do I say, if you'd like some advice in this area, please contact me, but I don't want to seem like I'm only out there to ask for business.
Right.
So is there, I'm doing both at the moment. Like the last one I did, I said, and of course if you need some help to maximise effectiveness in this area, please get in touch.
Yep.
The last two before that, I just put it out as purely sort of factual and informative.
Yep.
Is there a...
Which one worked for you?
I have to... I don't think it matters about what I'm saying at that last bit. I think
Okay.
it's more the subject that I'm sharing, if it's seen as independent and important in that audience, then they're sort of liking it, or so.
I'd experiment.
Right.
So I do a couple.
Okay, so,
So I
there's
would-
no right or wrong. Like,
There's no right or wrong, and I think you only learn through experimentation.
Right.
So I'd do a post on like your first one, and I've done some on the same things. Do one with connect with me if you're interested in and do the other one, and then you can actually tangibly see, because I can't advise on that until I've got data behind it to see what's going to work and what doesn't. But it's still a softly approach.
Yeah.
So I don't see a problem with putting it out there either.
So I don't want to be out there just disseminating information and not getting business.
Absolutely, which I'm doing at the moment with my damn interview. Oh, I got one client, but it's going to happen. Yeah, you want something back. I would say look at your readers and then reach out to them individually and say thanks for liking. This is the area of my space. If you're interested, reach out to me. Thank you. But yeah, keep connecting.
Excellent. I disagree with that. So I actually think people really connect with, if you're showing that you've got value, they're going to see that you're an expert in what you're doing. Yeah. So I actually think you will actually get more connections because of it. So I know it's hard to give away all your IP, you have to give them everything, show you're an expert, people are going to be drawn to you.
Yeah,
Good point. Stating it, I don't need to state, get in contact, connect.
If you're doing articles all the time, people are going to go, wow, this girl knows her shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Give it
I
a go.
think with the inviting people to connect further,
It's a nice way to do it.
You can, but you don't have to do it all the time because
No.
people are, like you said, a lot of people book anyway and they don't actually do anything. But if
Mm.
they're ready to buy, they're going to buy.
Yeah.
So whether you say come and join me or not,
Or not, yeah. Do
Good
not
point.
do it.
Excellent. Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you again for coming. Thanks, Nish. I met Nish on a plane. We were drinking wine together, and then I was going to Indonesia, and Nish was off to Hong Kong. And I went on a very cheap flight to Indonesia, so I went up to Hong Kong and then back down to Indonesia. So I found a way of sleeping, and that was underneath the chair. So Nish has seen a completely different side of me. So probably seeing me today, he was scared to hell, thinking this girl slept under the chair on my plane and she's going to get up and talk to my group. So I hope I've done you proud.
Absolutely, you did a fantastic job.
And link in with each other, keep connecting, and if you've got any more questions at all, just reach out. I'm happy to answer them for you.